Good evening, Miss Diana. Oh, you're still on mute.
And there you go. Now I'm open. I was I didn't have my headset on and I was on mute. So there we go. Hi there. How's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Uh, now I'm fine. I've had a bad week,
Oh
but I
yeah.
got tested for COVID and
Oh
I'm
no.
safe and healthy, and so is the rest of my family.
Oh.
But we were all doing well. One of those things that comes and goes the whole time.
Uh.
Um, but hey, I guess it's just the winter blues that people just get, right?
Yeah.
After all, I don't know
I
how, because we're just, sitting in our house. So how can you get sick when you're just doing nothing? But
yeah. I
um,
don't know how it is out there, but here in SF, the weather is changing like crazy. It'll be sunny one day, then rainy, then
remind me where you are.
San Francisco.
San Francisco. Well, I'm in Santa Barbara. I don't know where everyone else is here. I think you kind of told me a little bit at first, but I don't remember yet. And we are having our first real storms ever. We had
Oh yeah.
snow in our mountain, snow. I mean, ever this year, snow in our mountains. A
Oh.
hail yesterday, wind that blew everything around, and then hail. So it's pretty exciting because we don't get weather here.
oh.
So things are getting watered. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've heard it's happening in LA too, or somewhere in LA.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
while you guys go to your chat and say hi, I'm here. Also, remind me where you are. That way, that's kind of fun
Sure,
to
sure.
see where people are. So, head down to the button that says chat and give me your attendance little hi, and also type in your location. All right. So, everyone, remember to go down to the chat while people are coming in. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Haley. Julie, do you mind putting in your last name? I know that there's no other Julie, but it just makes it so much easier when I'm going to rosters to have last names versus just first names. Great Falls, Montana. Oh, you were the person who was in Montana. Yeah, I remember.
Remind me how to put this in here.
Yeah, so hover over your video of yourself with your mouse,
Okay.
and you should see three little dots pop up, a little thing that says mute and three little dots.
I have mute, but not three little dots.
Okay, so then plan B. Some people said that. I don't know if it's a different version of Zoom. That's where it used to be. Then go down to the button that says participants.
Okay.
Click on the participants button, and when you turn it on, then you'll see your name. And right next, when you hover over your name, you'll see a little more pop up.
Okay.
And when you see the more, you can go down to rename.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then if you don't want to see the participants, you just press the button and it goes away. It's kind of like an on and off. Click participants, they show up. Click participants, they disappear. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So here we go. How has everything been going, you guys, with getting your books and getting your accounts?
I just got my book like 20 minutes ago.
All right. So
it took over 2 weeks to come from Santa Barbara.
And where did you when did you call them and there was a problem, or was it just normal?
Yeah, I called them and they told me, oh, it will be there by Friday. And then it never came Friday, so I called yesterday. And on Friday, they gave me a tracking number. But the tracking number wasn't right. And so I had to call back again yesterday. And then they said it would come here today. So we finally got it.
Wow.
So I haven't even had time to put in
crack it open.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. In fact,
meet with that guy though for you.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he wanted to meet with me again today because he still hasn't got it fixed.
No, he hasn't. And they don't know what's wrong because the other Comp 101s, which have, different ways they set up the course, but they have not run into that problem. It's mine. And at Cengage, they can't figure out what's wrong, that you have to go into the assignments. Fortunately, as long as you kind of follow the instructions that I'm giving you here, or if you go to them, we
Figure
can
it out.
make it work, but it's not the solution. Ideally, you should click and it should go. It works oh, but now you got the book. If you enter the code,
Yes.
technically the problem should be over, and everyone's trial period is ending this week. So in reality, everyone kind of has to be entering their numbers. And so at some point this week, everyone will be done with that problem, but
Mhm.
it's yeah, it's not okay. Cengage we keep getting the courses from them, but they keep messing up. Last time anyway, whatever. They're trying their best to fix it though. That's true. Anyway, so Joe, you said you got your books after class. So cool. And Faye, did you get yours already? It says you ordered it on the 14th. Did they arrive already or not?
Yes, it just arrived today. I ordered it on the 14th from Cengage.
Okay. Oh, you ordered it from Cengage, but Haley ordered it from the bookstore, right? So in fact, that's interesting to know because some people thought, well, it'll be faster from Cengage, but that's no faster really.
Well,
Or it is a bit faster, but Joe?
I went to order the to rent the book, but I think I just have access to an ebook there, because when I went to see if I could rent the book, it said there's no book rental available.
No, okay. But did you register your code yet? Did you pay for your
Yeah,
code?
no, I registered my code and everything.
Okay, then we need to look into that because you do have to put in your code first before the rental is available. And we're going to talk today about renting or not the book. First of all, it's required, but we'll tell you why it's required to have the book. There's only one group of people who I'm going to say are not required to have the book, and it's those who have a second computer or an iPad, where you can open the iPad and or the other laptop or computer monitor and open the ebook there. The ebook is not easy to use, and if you have one screen, you have to open the ebook. It fills your screen. Look at the instruction. Do this. Pop down, open up VDI or your program. Try to do it, and then you don't have the instructions there, so you have to pop up the book again. I mean, it drives people crazy. If you're not very comfortable with computers, it's crazy making to even watch people who trying to do it. So for one session, we all went with, okay, you can use the ebook if you want, and it was invariably the season that most people had the most problems. They could not complete their assignments in time because it was driving them crazy. So now, unless you have a second screen, I mean, it's $7.99. It's not like we're asking you to put out a whole sums of hundreds of dollars. It's just a matter of renting it, getting it there, and then you return it for free. There's no shipping or for getting it nor sending it. So definitely having the book next to you, showing you what to do, is going to make you, instead of having to spend 4 hours on an assignment, 2 hours on it. I mean, it's really that different. So I highly recommend that if you do not have to, not only highly recommend, but when you have, when we're in person in class, you have to have your book. Here, I'm not going to be checking if you have your book, but if you don't want to spend, double the time doing your assignment, I do highly recommend spending $8 on renting the book.
I thought it was
Anyway.
interesting because I bought the book from the link that you sent us for the bookstore. And when I got my book today, it's not like a legit book. It's just a bunch of printed off pieces of paper.
It's
I
don't have it in
I have
here.
to buy a binder.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. It's just a big,
You can also buy just rings for it. Hold on, let me take my
Yeah.
headsets off for a second.
I guess rings would work too.
Okay. I'm in the middle of moving my office, and so I've got stuff everywhere. This is a different version, but yeah, it comes as a loose leaf binder, right? And so you have to, it's the same exact book, but it costs like a ridiculous amount less. So that's why we're having people, and you know what, but thank you for saying that, because it occurs to me that in all our instructions, we never said, oh, and get yourself a binder, which is so simple to do. So I'm going to make right now a point of, where's
Just in case anyone else
Katie.
is waiting for it.
yeah, binder, or those, just the binder circles that you can have it loose, but I guess a binder is better. Yeah, so yeah, that's a good one. Seems so simple, right? But I mean, it's supposedly the thing says loose leaf book, but until I saw it, I didn't know what loose leaf meant either. So I'm wondering if something happened because other people aren't showing up, and even Katie isn't here.
Yeah, so I just went to Cengage really quick, and what I'm getting is available rentals, and it tells me I get at least 4 free hard copy textbook rentals.
Go ahead and
And
share
it
your
says select
screen.
products to rent. And then underneath that, it says you do not have any available rentals.
Go ahead and share your screen. I'll screen capture it and talk. Otherwise, basically, it's really easy to get in touch with the Cengage people through the Zoom link directly to the rep that's helping us. But can you share your screen so I can see what's happening? Because I need to be able to explain the problems, and I don't see those problems. I spent a whole bunch of time the other day with them trying to get them to give me a student account so I could see what you guys get.
Can you see it?
Now, you bought the Cengage Unlimited, right?
Yeah, yes. I mean, this is,
Okay, but this is because you're trying to get a free one, which, yeah,
I don't want to do.
free hard copy, 7 shipping and handling fee. Is that what they're calling it now? Go to so over the left where it says rental options, is that where you went?
Yeah,
So that's interesting. That's new. It used to not be there.
I mean, I don't know where else to look.
No. Hold on. I'm going to screen capture this because I keep telling them it's so, you need to allow me to have a student account because I'm having to screen capture your problems to show them to them. It's very frustrating for me. And they only give you 4 free rental. Oh, 16. It's interesting. Anyway, so they have changed the catalog and study tools courses. If you go to my home, it used to be that they had a link here. It's like they're renting them themselves.
Let me go back, sorry.
Go to my home or courses. Need a hard version, click on that. And it takes you to there. See, I have a whole thing in my computer of how you click on the things to rent, and it's totally different than this. They shifted it. And I can't see this because I'm not a student. Okay, so I'm gonna have to check in with them maybe once, oh, there's Katie. So I'm wondering if she might have been
And it's
helping
funny
someone
because
in
it
her
says,
other.
you know, you have 4 remaining rentals.
I know because you have a 4-month subscription, so it says you have 4 remaining rentals. So I don't know what's happening. I did a screenshot of this, and maybe what we can do is once we go into lab time, if you can hang out, I can try to connect with the Cengage people. I was on with them today too, trying to figure out why they can't fix it. But hi, Katie.
So are you good? Can I stop sharing or?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
that.
There you go.
Katie, did you have anyone visit you at the tutoring hour today before class?
Yeah, it is down there. It's on, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we had Molly show up. I believe she's.
Cool.
Can't
She's
see
not
who's
here yet?
Actually here yet? Yeah.
No, she's not here yet.
Yeah, she was.
Because I sent her. I told her go to Katie.
Yep, she came in. She came in on Monday as well.
Okay,
Actually,
cool.
we had her for 2 days. She's getting the hang of VDI.
Yeah, she's in my Photoshop and in my Illustrator classes too, so it's kind of fun. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. All right,
Just got
so, yeah, well, you got me in many courses if you want me. All right, so we're running into trouble. I just want to know if you had trouble getting here or if you were just running late because there's so few people. So I was just wondering what was up. Okay, so here's the thing. I have
There's
made
only
the
9.
course kind of easier at the beginning. You know how there's not much for you guys to do yet because I'm waiting for everyone to get their materials and get started, and I postponed things, but it's going to get more intense and things are going to need more explanation. So I'm reading thing. So did you have anyone coming in to your guys' support saying that they couldn't rent the books though, Katie? Because Joe can't read it. So did anyone else here rent them or did you guys buy them? Julie or Tiffany or Jonathan or Joseph, did any of you guys rent the books? Or did you
Renting.
all do, you're renting and
I'm renting I'm renting the online version because I have 2 screens.
okay, so you're not renting, you just have the online version, which is free, but you didn't try to rent the book and have it arrive. Because actually, if you rent it, you do get the full-on fat guy instead of the loose leaf binder. Well, the loose leaf pages are still fat, but they need a big binder. But, okay, so then if no one here is renting it, then I don't know what the situation is. I'm going to have to check in with them at Cengage to see what's happening. I'm going to put the link in here again. Yeah, Joe?
Well, I'm lucky. I mean, I have access to a Mac laptop too. So, I mean,
Okay.
if I have
Okay.
to, I will use it.
No, if you have access to a Mac laptop, lucky you, sorry, I'm not biased, am I? Then that's fine, as long as you can put one next to the other. As I
Yeah,
said, you're
I
the
have-
exception.
I have room.
So, and Tiffany says she has 2, so that's fine. So how about Joseph and Jonathan? Can you let me know how it's going? You purchased it, okay? And then Jonathan, did you receive your book? Do you have it? Did you get it? Are you renting it? What's your situation? I'm just looking because some people are answering me in the chat. Because if anyone's having a problem, this is where I find out, and this is where I talk to Cengage and tell them. But anyway, okay, so I'm not going to worry too much about you, Joe, in that you do have another screen, but I still need to talk to Cengage to find out if someone's not getting their book. Well, here's the reason. As of next week, you need to start using it. Okay, we have an assignment, or you need to start having your textbooks. So it's time to make sure that everyone has it. All right, so there is a simple, just the comp folder screenshots assignment for today. As I said, I've moved all the assignments a day behind. Has anyone noticed that in the last, say, half hour before class began, I just want to make sure this is happening to you. In your pipeline emails, did you receive like 3 or 4 messages that an assignment had been changed? Did anyone notice if you got that?
Yes.
You did? Okay. Because I've been changing, you know how I told you I would be doing a whole bunch of scheduling changes, and I just did 3 or 4 scheduling changes just before class began because I wanted to hear from you guys to see if you're getting those messages. And
I have Canvas downloaded on my phone too, so I got it. I got notifications through Canvas that
okay.
and an email.
That the assignments are getting changed. Okay, that's fine. And that's what, what's going to happen. Only I have to do it to many other assignments in the course. When I pushed back the whole first week, I'm kind of having to adjust here and there. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do all of the adjustments at once. But at some point, sometimes there's some others that'll need to be adjusted. So just warning you ahead of time that all of those you can ignore. Now, the thing is that when I sent an email that I do want you to read, I want to make sure that you can still, what's the warning? It says something like an assignment has been changed. It says assignment due date changed.
Yeah.
Assignment due date changed. So that's fine. Ignore those. You don't need to open those at all. But then when the title is something like, hey guys, open this or open that, please read my messages. So make sure, unless you come and read them in here. All right, so that said, the 2 first exams have also been pushed back a week, but instead of having you guys be able to have only 1 week, what I did is I pushed back the deadline but you, instead of having 1 week to prepare for it, now you have 2 weeks. So I'm still opening up the exam as of today. You guys can do it, but instead of it being due next week, it's due the following week. Okay, so I'm going to show you that in a minute in the course. Let me go ahead and share my screen to give you some of that. There's Stacy. Hi, Stacy. I don't know if you can hear me yet. I'm going to share my screen over here. I don't have my Canvas. Hold on. Okay, it's just that I don't have it, and I'm going to put it in student mode so it looks like yours. And there I go. It's not coming up. Okay, so if you guys missed the emails, remember that up here is where you'll see the emails that matter, not the ones where assignments have been changed, but the ones where I want you guys to read it. And if you've had the screen open for a while, every now and then go ahead and give it a little refresh, because when you refresh it, then all this information changes. And since I changed the dates, as I said, for these exams, I changed, instead of opening them next week, I opened them today. So down here, when you have the exam information, like this is actually next week. This is the only thing you have due next week, but you have to be doing the training and the practice exam in order to do the exam. So I put the deadline or the date on these to be the same date as the exam. Where's the actual exam? Did I miss out on the date? Where are the exams? Hey. Did I miss up on that? The take exams are missing. Ouch. Let me see what date I put on it. Oh, I'm in student mode. February 9th. So why are they not showing up? Is it not showing up for you guys? Did you go to your, oh, there it is. Take computer, oh, there it is. Why is it not showing up in student view mode? Okay, this is confusing. I'm seeing the exams. Can you guys tell me if you see on February 9th and February 16th, if you see take exam? Because
No,
it disappears in student view mode.
I don't see it.
And when I am not in student view mode, there they are as they should be. See you guys, there they are. Take Windows exam and take computer concepts exam. But when I go to student view
Oh,
mode,
I see them. Oh, that's a practice exam.
that's the practice exam.
Yeah, no, I don't see anything for February 9th for take exam. I just see a practice exam, a training module, identify which
Yeah.
computer hardware, and
But you don't
submit
see
yours.
this one,
Hold on, let me bring you back up.
which is, yeah, no, I see
Yeah.
what's happening to you because it's, when I went into student mode, it's happening to me, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
Because everything else is showing up. I do not understand that whatsoever. There's no reason for that. It's just the dates things are due. Well, since they're not due for 2 weeks, it doesn't matter. We'll figure that out. But that's why would student, I'm doing screenshots again. What does or doesn't show up. I'll have to, what is happening with, I'm sorry guys, I've done so many years of Canvas and so many years of Cengage, and this is new that you don't see. Anyway, so here I'm telling you how you have it available. Let me see if in the module it's available. If you go to module 2 is where you go do the trainings, and in module 3, it tells you to complete the exam, and it's not there. Okay, so I need to figure that out. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to figure that out after I'm done with this part of the class. I need to put this down. Because what I was saying is that it's open as of today. And you guys don't have it. So I'm making a note. What I'm going to do is we're going to head into, if you have any technical questions after I'm done with this, you can ask Katie, and then I can try to fix this for you guys. Okay. Let me share instead the PowerPoint. So I'm going to go to,
Someone just mentioned it's on the Canvas calendar.
yeah, but you can't access the assignment from there, can you?
I'm pretty sure you click on it and it will pop up. Let me check. I think because I access things from the calendar, so.
Let me see. If you go into the calendar, the one here. But you mean, oh, did you say the here, view course calendar from there?
I don't know. Someone's
Submit exam.
Sam Word, submit Sam Word 2019. I don't think it's the exam. I think that's a different thing he was looking at.
So if we go into next month, February 9th, it's not
We
there
can't see that
either.
window.
Oh, sorry.
It's cool.
Thank you. I'm in the calendar.
Yeah, the exam.
And here's February, Sue, it's the exam, but see the exam itself is not showing up.
Yeah.
So Joseph, you say you see it on the calendar, but I just changed the dates on it. And so maybe you haven't refreshed. If you refresh your page, maybe it'll disappear because I changed the dates on it in order to give you 2 weeks to prepare it. Before, yeah, it's not the exam, it's the practice exam. Yeah. So he's saying that it's not the, which is weird. It was there before I changed their dates. So I need to go, I'll figure it out. Because I want you guys to have access to it. Anyway, the whole point is that I want you guys to have access to it as soon as possible because you'll have 2 weeks to do it. Anyway, let me go ahead and share my, not share my screen, share my PowerPoint. Let me just change to give you guys dates and stuff like that that are important. Okay. So what's the point here is that, so today, well, the free trial for the MSM access code, if someone hasn't purchased it yet or they're still waiting for financial aid, please reach out to me because you won't be able to do the trainings, the exams, or anything if you don't have, if the free trial is over and you haven't put it in. So if you're still waiting on that, please let me know. I've been able to lobby successfully for them to extend a few days for people who are having those kind of issues. So, but you won't get it on your own. So you need to come through me if you need a few more days. I'm going to tell you more about how the exam's going to go once I manage to get it set up for you guys to do it, but you have 2 weeks to do it now. I'm going to make sure, last week we worked on the Windows SAM training a little bit. Well, I showed you guys how to do it. Did anyone actually go ahead and do complete the SAM training or some portions of the SAM training? Anyone who's here?
I did it and I did the practice exam too.
Okay, great. And anyone else? Okay, so here's the thing. Julie, you did it? Okay. Anything you guys, Julie and Haley, who did the trainings, who have to say about it that you might want to let people know about it, good or bad? Let me know about it. Was it useful? Was it not? Did something not work? Just trying to mainly make sure that things are working for everyone.
It's pretty straightforward, there was no issues with it at all. It's all stuff that I personally knew how to do. But I bet it could be useful for a lot of people that aren't quite as tech savvy, maybe.
Okay. I see a hand up. Faye, is that new that you want to say something now?
Yeah, so I completed the LinkedIn training and also the SAM training. My
Mhm,
experience with both is that they're both easy to follow.
mhm.
Just that for the SAM training, I feel like the lectures or that part where you read each
Yeah. Oh,
it gets
the
really
observe.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was able to skip that part and then go to the actual training where you can do it. What's the other three options?
Well, the observe, which is the one you're saying, which
Yeah.
is really long. Then there's the
Yeah.
practice,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the apply.
The apply,
So,
yeah.
so here's my recommendation. When you are new, you don't know Windows, you're a Mac person, right? Then you need to do the practice and the apply. I doubt most of you are going to need the observe unless this is something you've never heard, because the practice says exactly the same thing as the observe, and then you have to watch the machine do it, versus the practice tells you the same thing and then it puts a little color around where you do it. So I think there's no point in doing the observe. I think jump to the practice, do the practice, and if it's totally new to you, which for some of you guys, by the time we get to other assignments, it will be totally new to you. And some of you who are Windows, Mac people, this is new to you, or people who have used Windows but have never explored the deeper depths of it. This is new to you. So then do the practice of the things that are new to you, and then the ones that are not, just go to apply. If like Haley, you knew a lot of it, just try the applies. And if you get it in 3 turns, because remember, that's all you get in the exam, then you're fine. Move on to the next one, right? The whole point is make sure you click on it within 3 clicks. Now, Haley says she did the practice exam. And did you notice that the practice exam, you just get 3 tries before it kicks you out? Yeah, so it's quite different than the training, right? Yeah, and so that's why even if you know it, you need to do the training to practice how the exam is going to have you do it. Okay, so no one can say, I'm just going to take the exam. Now, actually, yeah, you can do the training as many times as you want. Thanks, Katie, for saying that. And actually, I think the practice exam, I gave you guys like 5 attempts or something like
I think
that.
it was
I'm
like,
gonna go.
yeah, a lot.
There's a lot of attempts, even in the practice exam. Attempts, not that you can click many times, but attempts as in you can do it again and again until you get the feeling. Because if you just do the training, when you get to the exam, you're gonna fail because you'll be clicking around. And the thing about the practice exam is it shows you how to not click around. So today I'm going to show you a little bit of that. Okay. For those of you who haven't tried it, and I want you guys to try it and to ask your questions, because if the first time you try to do the exam is the actual exam, I assure you things are not going to work. And then you'll be frustrated and you'll be like, oh my God, an exam. So we're going to go do the practice. It's crucial. So we're going to do the practice exam. And then I want to make sure that everyone has been able to access the S Drive. Last week, everyone here seemed to be able to be fine with that. But if there's anyone who hasn't accessed their S Drive, I need to know that again. And then I'm going to start having you guys prepare for the computer concepts exam, which I have to say is going to be quite a bit harder. In fact, if you're fine with the Windows exam, as soon as I get it up and running, you should just take it. And then you should start studying for the computer concepts exam, because that one is actually going to need some studying and some practicing. Okay. Just wanted to, that was just that the Cengage period is closing up. Many of you guys don't need to see all these slides because I'm telling you these things, but I'm putting them on the slides because people who don't come to the lecture get to see these for themselves. So I put it in here. This is about the book. We just talked about it a bunch. Here are the dates for the exam. It's available as of today, as soon as I fix that, the reason why it's not available. And it is due on Tuesday, February 9th. I highly recommend you guys do it way sooner than that, because things are beginning to pile up, and then the computer concept stand will do the week after, and it'll be open next week. Okay. So then you'll have 2 weeks to do this one. Now, this exam is going to, for those of you who are Windows users, be simple. For those who those are not, but this one you're going to have to work on. So leave 3 weeks to work on this one instead of waiting on that one. Okay. Now, the good news is that you'll get to choose the one you did worse on. If you do bad on one, you might do great on both. But if one of them you don't do well on, then I'm going to give you another chance to take one of them, your choice. Okay. In week 14. So a lot of people end up taking the computer concepts exam again, but I'm preparing you with so much time this time that hopefully no one here will need to take 2 times around. We'll see. And then I'll replace it with the highest scored. DSPS, remember, I need your paperwork before, well, the exam is open now, but I need it before it's due. Now, this is important. Even if you're using VDI for Windows, you do not need to be on VDI to take the exam. As long as, because VDI, SAM sets up its own virtual environment that you can do on Mac or on PC. So you don't need to have the computer working with VDI and inside of that working with the training. You can just open up your Mac. You can open up your, I believe even your iPad, as long as you're on Chrome, and run the trainings or on Google Chrome. Okay, so you don't need to be inside of VDI because it'll open up its own, as long as you have a pop-up open, the only training. Okay. If anyone has had problem with pop-ups, let me know. We covered that last week, but if you need anything else. So here's how the exam's gonna go. Each exam is worth 50 points. These two, the Windows and the computer concepts one. In the future, the applications are gonna be worth 100 points, but these two are only worth 50 each. And there are 30 questions, okay? Based on the SAM training, you have 3 chances to get it right. Okay, in case that's exactly how you're going to practice on the practice exam to do it. Open books, no proctoring. So basically you just need to show me that you know how to do this. And here's the good news. This is the only exam that'll be available to do twice. And this is because the first time you take an exam, you might mess up and close the window or something. So you can take it again. Every other exam from now on is only once. You only take it one time. But just because of the procedure of the exam and you guys are at home and just in case something is happening, you get 2 chances at the Windows 10 exam. Okay. Mainly not so much for the knowledge, but for the fact that I know that sometimes people mess up and they hit something, close the exam, and then they're desperate. So you get to start it again. And then this time, maybe not make that mistake. Make sure to use only Chrome or Firefox. And when you're done, you'll see your score, but it'll say you got 70%, but that's not that you got 70 points. Okay. Because the 100% is 50 points, right? So 70% would mean something like 70% would be that you got 35 points. Okay. When you consider that 100% is 50 points. Okay. So it's not like to expect 70 points. All right. Any question about the exams at this point? Let's go ahead
Yeah, I have a
and
question.
yeah. Mhm.
Is it you get 30 or you get 3 chances a question or 3 chances the whole test?
No, each question. So in fact, what we're going to do right now is I'm going to open up the trainings. We did the training last week, but I'm going to once again run a little bit through the training because many of you guys didn't do it yet. And then I'm going to run through a practice exam and show you the difference. Okay. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to head over. I need to leave the student mode because I can't open the exam in student mode.
Can you make me a co-host
Oh, yeah.
real quick?
Yeah. Make co-host. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. So now I'm going to head over here and here we go. I'm going to share the screen, run for a second the training. Okay. In the sense that the training is something that we opened up last week. So I'm going to go over here to complete the Windows 10 training. Mine opens up a little different. Here we go. Oh, that's true. It's a pop-up, so I need to share the pop-up. Here we go. And now I would say skip the observe, phase point is well made. Go just to the practice. Or I'm just going to go just to the apply right now. Let me go to some other question instead of the first one. Let me jump to, I don't know, resize sign out of window. Which one? Navigate with the File Explorer. Let me go to that one. So I'm going to go over to straight to the apply. So it says use the navigation pane to display the contents of the Rockland folder in the documents folder. Open the healthcare center meeting folder and then go back to your previous location. Now, it's one of those things that you need to follow so carefully, the instructions, like take it little line by line. So first it says open the File Explorer. Okay, stop right there and open the File Explorer, which is this one. Then use the navigation pane to display the contents of the Rockland folder. So this is the navigation pane, right? But say that I instead do something wrong and click on this, right? And double click on, oh, it did find me the Rockland folder. And then navigate display, let me do something wrong. Let me go and open pictures. It says incorrect. Now I'm gonna go to desktop. It says incorrect. Now I'm gonna go to download. It says incorrect. Now I'm gonna go to OneDrive. It says incorrect. It'll keep telling me incorrect 2,500 times. Versus in a practice, if I do this and it says incorrect, the second time and the third time, it goes, okay, forget it. It moves on to point 2 and it says, you don't know how to do this entire point. So 3 tries at completing the entire thing. So say that I do open the File Explorer. Okay, and using the Rockland folder. Okay, I found the Rockland folder. Open, so open the healthcare meeting folder. And then I make a mistake here. I try to just open the newsletter. Incorrect again. So at this point, that would be 2 wrong, right? Like I did 2 wrong. And then go back to your previous location. So now instead of going to the healthcare meeting folder, I go to proposal. Done. I made it almost to the last point, but after 3, the practice is going to tell me it's wrong. Versus now in the training, I can keep doing it to my heart's content. So instead of giving you that as an example, what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to open the practice. Okay. So we're going to go to the practice exam. I'm going to go home. Everyone go and open your practice exam. So here's the complete Windows 10 practice exam. Open it up. And remember, you need to find it in the due date, which is 2 weeks from now. And here I am in the practice exam. It's a pop-up, so I need to reshare. Here we go. So there's only 5 tasks in a practice exam. Okay, so the first one is shut down the Windows 10. So watch, I'm going to make a mistake 3 times. I'm going to hit on this first. Answer incorrect. This is pretty crucial. If I have no idea what to do, because I really don't know how to answer this one, I would say go to the next task because I still have 2 attempts and I don't want to waste all my tries right now, right? So in fact, I recommend if you don't know what you're doing to keep on going. You have 30 tasks, so keep going on to the next one, right? So I'm going to go to the next one because I didn't know how to do that one. I go to the next one, Start Access 2019 using the Start menu. Okay, I'm not sure what the Start menu is. Could this be the Start menu? No, I'm going to try it again. Maybe this is the Start menu. I'm being silly. No, okay. Maybe this is the Start menu. Maybe. Okay, let me click on Documents. No. And now I've got no chances. It moved me on to the next one. If I go back here, I'll discover that I've been told I don't know how to do it. Like I don't have a chance. See, it's grayed out. I didn't do it well, but I can't do it again. Versus this first one, I still have 2 chances. So let me do one right. So maximize the personalization window and then restore it to its previous version. So I'm going to click on this and then I'm going to click on that. Answer correct. Advancing to the next task. If I look over here at my tasks, this one's right. This one's wrong and I can't do again because I did 3 clicks wrong. But this one that I skipped, after I've done all 30, I can go back and go, okay, this one's still colorful. That means I have 2 more chances. And when I click on it, it even tells me attempts remaining, 2 more chances. Okay. So now I get to say, shut down Windows 10. I try one more time. No, retry this task. And this time I go, okay, how about I try to do it from here? And I make a mistake. Instead of turning it off, I go here. Oh, darn it. I've used my last chance. Got it? So it's 3 chances total for the entire point. And it tells you attempts remaining. And now at this point, I have 2 wrong because I have no more chances left. They can grade out. If I try to click on it, if I try, it's not going there, right? It'll only let you go back to the ones that you're trying to do. So now it says start the file explorer. I get it right in the first time. And then close the personalization window and say that I don't know how to close it. Maybe I do that. Okay, retry this task. And this time I get it right. So I'm so correct. So basically I'm done. We've completed them all. Okay. So did that make sense? It's 3 attempts total, even if you have 5 steps in it. So if you make a mistake once, that's 2 down. You keep going, 1's 2 down. And by the time you make your 3rd mistake, it just goes, you're done. That one didn't get that one in the exam.
So
that's
each
why-
question you get 3 attempts.
Yeah, not for each portion of the
Yes.
question,
The whole question.
for
to
the
do
whole question.
Okay.
Mhm,
Got it.
mhm.
I thought it was 3 attempts, like you only could mess up 3 times the whole quiz. And I was like, oh. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that would be hard with 30 questions, right? No,
Yeah.
it's 3. It's pretty lenient, guys. My point isn't, the point of this class isn't to test you at giving you good or bad grades, is for you to learn. I'm very much into, I want you guys to know how to do this. And if you do this, the training, and you do the practice, you'll get a good grade. It's not hard to get a good grade if you practice. But on the other hand, those of you who think, I know Windows, I don't need to do the practice exam, you'll probably get a much worse grade than the ones who did try it, even though they were Mac people, because it's just about practice, practice, practice. This class is really about just getting it done. Okay. Now it does get harder as we get into the assignments, not harder, lengthier. Right now you've had to put very little time into this class, purposely because, you know, people were trying to get their assignments, the country, the situation, whatnot. But as of next week, we're starting to get some busyness. So I'm going to actually share my screen again so that you can see our course. Because if you notice, if I go here, it's next week, we have our first SAM assignment. Okay, our first SAM assignment. So this is something that we're going to actually do an assignment. It's very simple. And if you all follow through with me right now, you can even get this one done. Okay. But it's to set up how to make an assignment work in SAM. That's really all it is for next week. But the week after that, look at everything that's coming up. You have the exams, you actually have the first module of the book, and you have a whole assignment where you need to do some research and answer questions about computer hardware and software. Okay, so there's, you know, quite a bit more. And then after that, we begin having 4 assignments every week. Okay. And each one of these assignments might take you half an hour or 2 hours to do. So depending on how quick you are, this might take you 8 hours or 4 hours or 2 hours. But for the most part, you need to assign time every week for this course to just do. Okay. Now, many times in this course, we have people who are very beginners to computers. What's been happening is that since these classes are online, a lot of the people who are very beginners to computers aren't signing up. And so I have less of the people who really don't know much about computers at all. But if that is one of you, which you are very welcome to ask me or Katie as many questions as you want about all of these Windows tasks, because as much as some people go, oh, this was easy, I really don't want anyone to feel that it was hard and you don't want to ask, okay? Because in a while, people who just leave, if you stay behind, we can spend, you know, an hour, 2 hours helping you. Ask us all your questions. Now, Julie, you're saying you weren't able to get to the S drive. Did you do it through VDI and not find it?
No, I didn't do it through VDI.
Okay, so that's the only place you'll find your S drive, through VDI. Do you have your own computer? Your own Windows and Office 2019 or 365 version on your computer?
Yes.
Okay, so then you won't get the S drive. The S drive is people who need to use VDI need to put their stuff somewhere in that virtual environment. And so they find their student S drive, which if you were to go to VDI, you'd find it there. But if you have your own system, you just put your assignments in your own system and you just submit them from your own system. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's a great question. Anyone else who did go through VDI and did not find their S drive? Okay, let me see if there's anything else in the, yeah, so I'm going to share my PowerPoint again so that I can show you guys what is going to be in that exam. First of all, I want to make sure that you did discover what your Office version was. So when you say you have it at home, make sure that you've done this check. Any program that you open, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you go to File, you go to Account, and then over there, it'll tell you about Word. It'll tell you if it's Professional Plus 2019, 365, 2016. If it's 2016 or 13 or anything older, you cannot use it for sure. But if it's 2019 or 365, yes, you can. Okay. Did anyone still not find that out about their home computer system? You can ask Katie to help you figure it out. Okay. And those of you who are watching the recording and aren't here today, you can still ask Katie or any of the tutors by going to their Zoom sessions. Okay. So you can't ask us right now because you're not here, but do click on the link to their Zoom sessions to have them help you out. Okay.
So 365
yeah.
is okay?
Well, 365 is okay. As I said, it's hard to explain. 365 is more advanced at this point than 2019. And so if at some point when you're doing the assignments, the book shows you how to do something and 365 has it differently, then at that point, you either have to get help from one of the tutors to see if they can help you do it, or you need to research yourself how 365 does it, or you need to go and do it in VDI with 2019, because the changes are subtle, but maybe they don't have the same theme anymore. We haven't talked about themes yet. We'll actually be talking about it next week, but there might be a different theme available. There might be a different color set available than the color that's available in 2019. And so the assignment, the thing about SAM is that it'll be very precise. It'll say put blue 20% on this title. And if 365 doesn't have that exact color, you'll get that point wrong. It's not going to know, oh, you did it wrong because you're in 365. It'll just say you got it wrong. And so you'll be downgraded on your assignment. So if that's happening to you, usually it's just a few points. So you'll still get an A if you're going to trend for an A, but say that you're someone who's, you know, around a C. Well, you don't want a few points less. So then you might want to go to VDI to do it on 2019 instead of on 365. But for the most part, 365 is still similar enough that you should be able to use it for the time being. So as the years go by, we'll have to say, no, it's not near enough anymore. But for now, it's still near enough. Is that a good enough answer for you? Was it Haley? I think she's busy with her baby. Was it Haley who had asked? Yeah. Yeah, I see you nodding. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, that was that was good enough.
Yeah. So no problem. I'm
Okay.
and I appreciate what it takes for you with a baby to be taking the class. So no problem. Okay. I got it. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
So here we go. Windows 10 training exams and tests. I've got a list here of the ones that I think might be that you might want to focus on. There's 30 tasks, and some of these are the basic stuff that many of you have done just because you use a computer. But for example, you might have never worked on help topics, or how to get the helps, or how to pin an app to the start screen. So there's things that if you just kind of use the computer without intensely using it, you might have never known that you can pin an app to the start screen for the very beginning. So guys, read this list right now, take a note, and tell me which ones you need to learn, you need some help with. Here comes Molly, I'm letting her in. So when I'm done with this list, I can go through Windows and tell you, oh, so this is how you pin an app to the desk screen, or here's a, I don't want to explain, for the few, there's so few of us here that I can personalize this. If y'all tell me, oh no, I know all of these, move on to the next one, then I'm happy to move on to the next one. But if one of you goes, hey, show me how to pin an app, that's fine. So anyway, can you guys read this list pretty well? Pin an app, display the, resize the start screen, display a list of help topics, tends to be someone that people don't know. I can show these to you again, but let me move on to sign into Windows and start File Explorer, tend to be questions. This is the next list. And in this one, checking the screen resolution. People don't know how to do that. Oh, sorry. I moved
Julie
back.
says she wants to hear a display list of help topics.
Okay, so put down in there in the
In
put
the
in
chat?
the chat the things that you want me to show you. So when I'm done with showing this, we can go and do that.
Cool. Julie's
select-
ahead of us.
How to select contiguous files. Like if you don't even know what that means, that's how you're going to be asked to do it in the exam. It'll say select contiguous files. So you can write, what's it talking about? So write that down. Move folders, create folders, copy files, folders, rename folders, navigate the Explorer, restore a folder from OneDrive backup. That one, we're not using OneDrive, so they're going to make you do it, but we're not using it within BDI, but the virtual environment can show you how to do it. Display file name extensions, things like that. Work with the recycle bin. I'm going to back up to the first list again. I'm seeing you guys starting to write some stuff in there. Okay. So, there we go. I'm looking for something here. I'm going to display this next one, and then after that, I'll move on. So if you guys saw all these things, then you're fine. That's good. I wanted to show you. I don't have. Here's the book. For the exam, you don't have, okay. You don't have the Windows portion. The new book doesn't show you the Windows portion, okay, of questions. So if you are presented with a question that you don't know how to answer, you can go to the ebook and find the answers. And I'm going to show you right now. Let me move the camera back to me for a second. Okay, so I've stopped sharing. So imagine that this is your ebook, because I can't show you the ebook right now. And this is actually the Office 2016 book, but it did have the index. We did have Windows in the 2016 book, which is I'm showing you this. So watch for a second. In the ebook, there's also an index. So say you don't know how to do something. So I'm gonna, what are the questions that you have there? Check screen resolutions, like continuous files, how to dispose, list of help topics. So when you go, say that we look at the Windows portion. In the ebook, you do have the Windows portion. Remember I showed you how to get to the ebook? So let me see if I can find in this index. So over here in the index under window, and this is exactly how the ebook looks too. If you look over here, you'll see, I'm putting my finger on it. how to change the screen resolution, right? And it tells you page, whatever page it might be. So this in ebook format, right? You go. And so in this case, I'll go to page 39 here. I'll go open the ebook in a second, but I don't want to keep sharing. Okay. And then you'll have the step-by-step of what it takes to do that step, right? To do that thing. So let me show you. I just showed you in a book, but I can show you how you can find this information as well if you have these questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over to, I opened Safari instead of, okay. So I'm gonna share how to get to the ebook for those of you who haven't used the ebook yet, because everyone can get to the ebook. Oh, by the way, Anna's not here. A couple of people who did also reach out to, you know what? No, I'm suddenly thinking that's the one thing that the Cengage people didn't tell me. Those of you who don't have the account, how do you get to the ebook? Was everyone here able to get to the ebook? Because last week, one thing that I went over with Cengage is that was one of the problems, that the
You
people who
have to-
didn't have.
You have to put in your credit card.
Yeah, you have to pay for it first, which
Yep.
wasn't the way it isn't the way it should be.
I think that's the only way I figured out how to get to it.
Yeah, but that's the whole point, is that it shouldn't be. Anyway, yeah, so if by now everyone should have paid, so if you're one of the few who haven't paid, let me know. But anyway, so when you get to the ebook, if you go to my resources, the modules, the third page is the resources. You have create your account, help, and then you have resources, right? And right here under resources, you have the ebook, read the textbook online until you receive your printed copy. So let me, whoops. Okay, so it's letting me in. It doesn't recognize me when I share as me. I have to type it all in again. See, that's the problem. It's not seeing me as, I forget that it doesn't see me as me. I showed you the ebook the other day. I'm gonna have to go into the assignments as Sam. Thought it was gonna let me.
Go into the teacher view for a second, or in Sam.
Yeah, I'm in teacher view right now.
In Sam,
Let me
not
ch-
Canvas.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I click on this link and then I'll do that. But I'm trying to see if I link onto it from this way, just to see if this link is gonna let me in.
Mhm.
Probably
'Cause
not. No,
You can, yeah,
yeah, it's not letting me in. Okay,
you can do a student view once you get into the online there. Yeah.
yeah, but not from here. I have to be in there as a teacher. This is actually the assignment itself, and then from here I can't. From here though, I can.
Yeah.
Switch to student view. Since I haven't paid, it won't get me the book. It's not going to get me the book, yeah,
Oh,
because I'm not a
okay.
paid. That's why I'm not a paid.
Mhm.
I don't show up as a paid student. That's why I'm always asking for them to give me a paid account, a student account. Anyway, all right. So I was trying to show you the book, which I was able to show you last week, but I'm not able to show it to you now. Does someone anywhere there have the book that you can share your screen? I think you said, some of you guys said you had it. Otherwise, I showed you in this book. Okay.
I have the copy. Are you looking for the electronic version?
Electronic version.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Well, how'd you get
I'm
the
gonna
copy?
nix. I'm gonna nix this portion because she paid.
Well, then shouldn't she be able to get the online version then? Or the,
Yeah, she can get the e-version, but since she has the paid copy, she probably hasn't gone to the e-one.
well, she
doesn't
can get
matter.
to it though.
Yeah.
So she could show people what it looks like.
Is anyone here needing to see how it looks like on the ebook
Or how to get to the ebook and such.
or how to get to the ebook?
Mhm.
No, because otherwise we'll just go ahead and skip that and just show you how to just get your screen resolution, which might be more useful at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and I think there's nothing else on the PowerPoint that I need to show you. Let me see. Yeah, there's nothing else on the PowerPoint that you need to see. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the 3 questions that you guys said, how to do the contiguous files and whatnot. So I'm signing into VDI right now. I'm gonna share that screen. So that I can get the windows. Now I'm gonna share that. Okay, it's taking a second. I'm still in the non-VDI mode. Here I am. Toodaloo. Toodaloo tutu. These classes are so different than when we were in person. Supposedly we're in person in Zoom, but it's very different. All right. Hi, Molly, by the way. I was in the middle of sharing when you arrived and I hadn't said yet hi to you yet. Okay, so here we are. So if you want to figure out how to check the screen resolution, okay, so you go over to your window and just turn this off because we don't need it for this class. We use it for other classes. So if you right click on the screen, right click, okay, so not normal split, but on your right button on the split, down here you'll see display settings. You click on display settings. And over here, you'll get to choose under display, you can choose screen resolution, okay? So maybe I think since I don't have a real one here, advanced display settings. I do have 2 screens. Is it reading my 2 screens? That's why it's doing that. Anyway, so here's where you change the display settings. Okay, so you have to right click on the display set. I have 2 screens right now, so it's getting a little bit confused. Anyone else? Is it showing you just one screen on your case? So over here, you'll just get to choose the resolution of your screen. It's not choosing any of the resolutions on my screen. I don't know if it's because I'm in a Mac. Is anyone on a? Actually, I've never done this on VDI. They're dead. They're not clicking. Anyway, this is the way you do it. Basically, you right click and you get the display settings. And if you're on a Windows machine and you hit display, it'll actually talk to you about your displays. And in your displays, it'll give you the resolution right here. Okay, mine is not doing it because I'm on this weird VDI and it doesn't know which one is my actual weird. But over here, you'll be able to switch it from 1027 or 776 or, you know, whatever numbers that you're going to be able to do. Okay. Who had asked for that one? Joe?
Yes, that was me.
Okay. And are you on a VDI or on a Windows machine?
No, I'm on my Mac, but I'm familiar with it now that you showed me. I just wanted to make sure I was thinking
where
the right
to get
thing.
it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So there you go. I actually have never shown this on VDI, and but normally if you're on a real PC, it'll show you here the resolutions. Okay, so that's probably because this is such a weird thing, such a weird setup, the whole VDI thing. Okay, now how to select contiguous files. The one thing that's different in VDI is that over here you don't see the icons that you would see that you saw in the training. So you don't have the little Windows Explorer here. So the only way to get to see the File Explorer is to click on this little Start window icon. That's the Start window icon. When on Windows someone says the Start, that would be considered the Start, that icon. And then you go to this little place here that has a dog-eared page, and that there, when you click on that, then you get the File Explorer. So it just takes a little bit longer to get to the File Explorer. And then when you're in the File Explorer, when you want to select more than one thing, say that I click on this, and then I click on this, the first one got deselected, and I click on this, the second one got deselected. So when you want to do more than one, you actually have to click on one, hold down the Control key, and then you can go and choose, say, this one. And oh my God, every example I'm giving you today is, and then the Shift key, not the Control key. The Shift key is one or the other. So Shift key and everything in between gets selected. So I can select the top one, go here, hold down the Shift key, okay? Then click. So I'm holding it down, and then I get everything in between. So this is considered contiguous. So I want that one. Contiguous means next to each other. I can go from the bottom to the top. I can click on here and then go to the top one, hold down Shift, and then click. And then everything in between got selected. Okay, so that's contiguous. Now, if you want non-contiguous multiple files, then you hit Control. Hit one, hold Control, then hit another one, and then hit another one. So now I've selected 3 non-contiguous files, random. Okay, and then you click again on this neutral area, and that gives you a deselect. So again, you select 1, Control, 2, and 3, and 4, and that's how you do non-contiguous, and contiguous is select 1, hold down the Shift, select the bottom, and they're contiguous together. Non-contiguous, not together. All right, did that work for everyone? If you're a Mac person, then the Shift works just as well. The Shift is the same on the Mac, on the PC, and the Shift is for selecting contiguous, but for non-contiguous on the Mac, you would use the Command key, okay, to select loose command ones. But anyway, that's just to let you know, not because this class should be teaching you that. Okay, and then the last one is how to display the list of help topics. I am hoping that this lets us do the list of help topics, given that it's such a different system. Was that something inside of Windows or inside of? Okay. Not sure. Katie, do you know if in VDI we can do this one? How to display the list of help topics? I'm not VDI. Once you're inside of the guys, when you're inside of the programs, VDI works identically, but Windows and VDI works a little bit different. So I'm trying to see if I can do that. Katie, you have a PC, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I have a
you
PC.
Can you show that in your PC
I'm trying to remember how to do that one exactly, because aren't you just
It's the help
okay,
search
so
using the search text box.
go down the bottom thing, go to the search bar by the start menu.
It's interesting because here it's only telling us how to do it inside of Office. I'm trying to see if it tells us how to do it inside of Word. Yeah.
And then you type in
I tried typing in help, but that's just a general help, but it's not the help for Windows, which is the one that they're actually there, because here we are, both of us trying to figure out how to do it here. Search settings. I don't know that one.
Can you find the actual thing that tells ask or the prompt for that question?
Let me go into the Samus, into, let me go here into the training. Oh, I don't have the training open, do I? All right, so you're gonna have to learn it through the training. Let me go and open it through the training and see if it'll show me how to do it, because it's not in the VDI. I'm not seeing it in the VDI version of Windows. So let me see what the training means.
They ask you to type a certain word in, and then you click on it, and then
Hold on, I'm looking. Display the list of help topics.
sorry.
So give me a second here. Are you hearing that?
No. Oh, we're in a different window.
Oh, okay. So let me see. It's asking you to write tips. Okay. So for some reason, it's not the word. No, it's not doing it for me.
Hit
It's not
Open?
letting, it's get
On the
tips, but
left?
it's not.
on the right, or
No, if I can click it in here, it's a system setting tips. It's not, it's just opening the settings. So let me show you guys what's supposed to happen. I'm going to share on this screen according to the training, but it's not working for, it's not working in VDI because Windows is the only thing that in VDI doesn't work. So what you should be getting is an app called Tips. See that? When you write tips in there, and then you get this mode. So this is what supposed to be getting,
and then you scroll down to browse all tips. You
but
click
it's
that.
not happening in VDI.
No.
Right?
That's fine.
And then you just,
Let's see if it has
so
in mine.
this is the kind of thing where I'm trying to show it to you and it's just not gonna work because VDI, this is why we don't have you practice Windows on VDI and we tell you to do it through the training because VDI is not the same. This is when I write tips in here, the app called the tips doesn't open up. So it's driving, it's very weird. And if you go in here, let me see if you can find it this way. If it's an app that exists, I wonder if you can find it under the T. There's always this different way. We're going very slow here. Nope, it's not under tips. So it's like, it's almost like the VDI version of Windows doesn't have that option. So anyway, there went my extreme example. So basically I had to show you what the training tells you to do. Those seem to be the only 3 questions that you guys asked. You guys comfy with copying files, saving them in the file explorer, moving things around, changing their names, renaming everything we did last week? All of that is good. All right. So let's go through what really matters then, which is, well, not what really matters, but what the other thing that you guys need to do, the one thing that you guys need to do for next week, the one assignment you need to do for next week is the first SAM assignment. So let me head over to our assignments. And as you can see, Tuesday, February is next week. There's this Submit SAM for 2019 Getting Started project. So if you're doing this side by side to me, then go ahead and and go find this date. Other than that, if you want to watch, it'll show you how to work, because as of next week, we actually have to create the whole module 1, which is like, 50 pages of the Word textbook. So this is a sample file to get going. So I'm going to click on that, and it tells me to load the SAM project. You know what? Hold on. This is going to take me to the teacher version, which isn't going to work. I'm actually going to open this in my student, they set me up with a student version with my son. So hold on. I'm actually going to go in there and share you with that. Okay, give me a sec. I know that you can't. I'm logging in as my son. Hold on. Canvas. Okay, let me shift the share to, where's Firefox? Here we go. Okay, so now I'm in a student account, and I'm going to submit SAM Getting Started project. And over here, it tells me that it's worth 5 points. So this is your first one that's actual, not credit, extra credit, but this is true points. I click on this, and it takes me into SAM. Showing you how SAM assignments appear. We kind of saw this yesterday. That first it makes you check that you have the correct Microsoft Word version installed. We don't have that. This assignment you can submit up to 10 times. Okay, so let's see, how do we do this? How do we submit it? So we're going to start. And this is how all assignments are going to present themselves. They're going to have an instruction file of what you need to do and a start file. So both of these files are going to have to be downloaded for me to do my assignments. Okay, so I need to first click on the instructions file. And when I click on it, it downloads and it tells me what should Firefox do with this assignment. And you could either save it or you could just open it. I'm just going to have open it. I'm in Firefox. Chrome actually just downloads it directly. I'm going to go ahead and say open. So it's going to open Word. Oh, it's downloading into my computer and not into, I'm not in VDI. That's fine. I'll have to share my, because my computer is a Mac. I have to do this inside of VDI. And inside of VDI, okay. This drives me crazy. The logistics of trying to share with you a student account that I don't own inside of VDI, which I do own, is kind of complicated. I'm gonna have to sign in to VDI as my son. So for now, just watch this. So this opened up in Word, and I also need to download the start file. The start file, as you can see, already comes with, in this case, my son's name, but yours will come with your name, okay? It has a whole name to it. And I click on that, and it also will download and open. Okay, so now I'm gonna share my screens with you. Let me move the other Mac stuff that I have here out of the way. I'm gonna share this Word screen and this one as well, and share my entire document with you. So basically I downloaded 2 files. Let me give you desktop one. Okay, so I downloaded 2 files and they've been Word. Okay, so this is a little bit different. They look a little bit different because this is a Mac Word, but that's not the whole point. Like, don't focus on that. Here's the instructions file. So remember that it said download an instructions file. Let me move that down and move the Firefox window up, which is the one that you guys are, so many windows up. So this is an instruction file and a start file. Okay, so these are the 2 things that you need to download. Once downloaded and opened in Word, the instructions file looks like this. The start file has nothing on it. but it's very important that you always use this start file, the one that you downloaded from Sam, and not just a blank file from Word. Okay, so this one that already has been titled and given to you has internal properties set up that if you open a blank file, Sam will reject it. It'll think that it's not the document that's correct. So this is the start. Even though it's a blank document, this is where you have to do it. So basically you follow the instructions and it says, open the file called Sam GS first last name. That's it, it's first last name. Sam will add your name to the file, rename the file to that whole same thing, _2. Okay, so the one that I have is _1, and we need to rename it to _2. Okay, so that's the assignment. That's what you need to do. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to rename it by going over here and saying save as, and the save as is going to look a little bit different because this is, again, my Mac Finder, but it's basically the same idea. You go to over here and you put it in your documents. Into your comp folder that you made. I'm going to make a comp folder here. So you put it into your comp folder Word assignments, and you have to change up here where it says 1A, you have to change that to 2. Okay, that's all it's asking you. Sorry, not that. At the very end, sorry, the -1 to 2. That's all it's asking you to do. Okay. I'll go ahead and share you how I'm going to go ahead and open this up and how to change the file name in Windows in a second. But for now, just wanted to show no matter what, if it's Windows or PC, it's just asking you to change your file name. My file name has changed. See how now it says _2. And that's it. Now it says, do not copy anything into it. Do not put anything else in here that you didn't create. If you paste anything in here, then Sam is going to flag it as if this was a copied assignment from someone else. So if you copy paste text into here, it'll think that you are cheating, and it'll warn me that you're cheating. It'll flag your assignment as cheated. So you have to create the entire assignment that you're going to submit. So here, basically what it says is in the first blank paragraph, type the text hello. So I'm going to type hello. That's all I have to do. Okay, and then we're going to save it. Okay, so once you save your file, you close it and you submit it. Now, how do you submit? I'm going to close my files. That's just it. That's all you need to do. So how do you submit? Okay, you go back to your assignment. You go back. You open again, submit assignment, get started project Word 2. So you go to the exact same way you started it. You click on that. And once you click on that assignment, this time you say start. Okay. You basically do exactly the same thing, but instead of in step 1 of 2, you're in step 2 of 2. Now, what it's asking you to do is to upload the assignment. Okay. So the assignment that all we needed to do was to change the file name and to call it, to say the word hello. And here's the file name it expects to find. It expects to find the entire same name that it had before, _2. That's the big difference. So if you put in a file name that's the wrong name here, it's not going to allow you to submit it. So I'm going to have to click here and upload. And so it's going to go find it. And so say I go and try to submit anything else, whatever, I'm going to submit something else. It'll just tell me the file name. That's not good. You can't. So the file name is wrong, even by a space, it'll tell you the file name is wrong. Okay. So that means you can't submit the assignment. So now I'm going to click and find it. I had put it in my documents, I believe. I went and made a folder in my documents, which is where you should have yours too, called comp. And in comp, there it is. Okay, so you go find it. Those of you who are on VDI will have to go find it in your S drive. You open up, and now that the file is correct, it gives you a check mark and it's ready to submit. But if this is all you do, you still haven't submitted it. It's ready to submit, but now you do need to go and click submit. Okay, it's very important. Just hit submit, and then it checks it and gives you, yeah, formatted, fine, your assignment is submitted. Hallelujah. And so now you want to see, well, how did I do? Did I do well? What kind of grade do I get? And see here it says resubmit. Say that when you go check your grades, you don't like it, you can just fix it, do it again, and resubmit it 10 times. I'm going to go check my grade. I'm going to click over here. And it wants to open again. And it tells me, yay, Santiago de Musague, submission score 100 out of 100, because I did it right. All I had to do was put in hello, and I entered it correctly. So this is a little mini version of how the assignments are going to be in the future. So that's how you find out your grade, by clicking over here on graded summary report. And that means that I got 100 out of 100. Now this was a 5-point assignment, so you're going to get 5 points if you get 100 out of 100 here. That means in Canvas, this assignment was worth 5 points. So what's going to happen in your grades is you're going to get a little 5 over there. Okay, for doing this one correctly. Now, I know that I showed you this inside of the Mac. I'll go ahead and set it up to show you if anybody needs to see this inside of VDI. But any questions about the process? What I'd like is for you guys to check it out and do it. And then the first time you do SAM, there's things that happen. And so both Katie and I are here to help you out. And it's, as you saw, its assignment is worth nothing. You need to just type hello, but it's the process of how to get the assignment downloaded, uploaded, opened, especially if you're in VDI, that we want to help you with. Okay. So if you have a chance to do that right now and ask you your questions, that's great. If not, I'm going to let Katie answer questions if you guys come up with questions, and I'm going to go and fix the fact that the exam isn't showing up so that you can all turn around and do the exam this week if you want. Any questions?
Thank you.
All right, is anyone going to try and do it now in case they run into process problems? If so, let us know and we're here. But if you're not going to try to do it now and you think you got it and you run into problems, you can always go to the tutoring assignment times. Or if you're done, then you can sign out. But if you want to just try it now, tell us you're trying it now and we're hanging out. Otherwise, we're done for today.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, Molly.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Good
I might
night.
try it. I probably will try it later because I'm not really feeling well.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry to hear that. Yeah, I wasn't feeling well all week. Ugh.
So,
Try it
I might
later,
do
and
it
if you run
tomorrow.
into trouble, then you can always check
Mhm.
in with the tutors. Okay?
thanks. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
It's
no,
fine.
not at all. Just offering help.
And then, do you want me to stay on about the textbook thing, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Are you gonna follow?
The textbook thing, I sent them an email, and of course, it's
Good night,
7
Haley.
p.m. When I wrote it. It was
And
6 p.m.
Joseph.
and they haven't answered, so I doubt they're there. So I'm going to probably get their answer tomorrow. So staying right now wouldn't make sense. What I would say though is that if you do want to rent it, you kind of had said that you were going to maybe use your Mac laptop, but if you do want to rent it, I'm going to ask them. But if not, if you click on that Cengage link, are you available between, is it 12 and 1? What's the time that they're there just for us in the Zoom?
It's like about
I can go
2.
check right now in the
Ooh,
announcements.
tomorrow's bad.
Well, it's all week from Monday through Friday.
Yeah, any day. Let me just see in my
I
assignment.
think it's 12 to 2. I know it is on Friday at least.
It's 12 to 2 every day. And if you look at the announcements that I made,
Mm-hmm.
special Cengage support, January 13th here. So it's an email. Let me share so you'll see it. If you go to the announcements that I've been making, let me share. Then on January 13th, I have a special, so if you go over here to the announcements link, because it's
Mhm.
scroll down to January 13th and special Cengage support for Comp 101. If you click on that, this is Cengage Zoom office hours, Monday through Friday from
Okay.
12 to 2. Click on that link and then they'll be there and show them how you can't rent the book. I mean, I've emailed them. This is who I email. I do the same thing. I email these two and tell them, hey, my student can't rent, what's happening? But what we'll probably say is we'll have them come to us because they need to see your account. Because that's what's been happening right now. But in case, I'll still email them to tell them that that's a problem. But in your case, either click on the Zoom at that time or email them both. Go ahead and both, okay? Just CC one and the other, because the guy who actually fixes stuff is Brendan, but Mahendra is the rep and he needs to know all the problems we're having, but Brendan is the actual
Mhm.
visit guy. So email them and tell them, hey, I'm supposed to be able to rent this textbook and I
Okay.
can't. And I know that my teacher already emailed you, and tell them who I am and stuff like that. But just tell them Comp 101 with Diana
All right.
Musacchio. Okay, but that'll be a follow-up on the
Thanks.
email that I've already sent. Okay,
All right. Well, I'll send it
Um,
tomorrow.
and I sent it
Mhm.
with a screenshot of your screen. And then I'd like to know if you
Thanks.
get an answer from them, go ahead and let me know so that I can tell people how come because if it's
Okay.
happening to you, it's probably happening to others. And so then I send an email, hey, if you can't rent your textbook, this is the solution, you know? And if you
Right.
tell me what they said and it got fixed, then and I post that answer, then you get extra credit points. Yay.
Yay.
Things
Okay.
that help
All
things
right.
that help everyone.
Okay.
All right.
Bye,
Have a
Joe.
Cool.
good night.
Bye.
Feel better.
Feel better.
Thanks. I
Um,
will.
You hung in there.
So
Yeah.
Stacy or Faye, you guys are trying to do it. You have any questions or no questions?
I think I can do it now too. Thank you so much for
No
Okay.
questions for me so far, so I will probably just continue on, and then if I have questions, I'll drop into tutor.
Wonderful. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Take care
Okay.
then.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.